I'm Larry Buell, and I'm here to tell you about an amazing story. I'm in the Swift River Valley of central New England, here in Petersham, Massachusetts. It was here that nearly 70 years ago I started to really get my vision and my practice for living lightly on the planet. We're now here at the Swift River Valley Reservation. It's where the Gibos cabin is located. It's the place that we received the vision. Interesting, when I first started teaching, I would bring students down here. To me, this place, Gibos, is a spiritual place. These are 230 years old. These are some of they're the second growth in this forest. In the late 1700s, this land was all cleared, but it's grown back. It's a second growth. But this is so beautiful to see what can happen to a land when it's left to just grow naturally and depend on the laws of nature. Biomimicry. It's right here where I received the vision. So folks, here we are at Gibos cabin. 56 years ago that I came here to sort of decide what I was going to do the rest of my life. And the vision that has informed my entire life has come from what is called the Green Man. It was here that I had this vision that you must teach and lead people of all ages, all circumstances, and persuasions so that they may live, learn, and act in connection and harmony with the earth. It was here that I connected to the indigenous wisdom of this land, the Nipmunks, and part of it will now be told and shared in this book called The University of the Wild, The Vision, the Practice, and the Promise. Part of this book, Yvette, is how does a leader get the student to become motivated? It can't happen from tests and expectations like that. It must come from a heart connection. So folks, I'm in the center of Petersham. This is a smaller community in central New England, central Massachusetts, and this is my boyhood and my adulthood home. It was here that I left to carry out the vision of the University of the Wild and Earthlands. Right now I'm in front of the historic Nichawag Inn. In the late 1800s and the 1900s, this is where summer folks and people of travel would come here to stay in this hilltop town. In the summer of 1991, I invited my townspeople to come and help support my trip to Siberia. It was here on this very site that I raised $3,200. I needed to go to that place to really ground and found my University of the Wild. So we're walking into Gaia's Meadow, which is the center of the University of the Wild campus, eco-campus. It's here surrounded by 4,000 acres of land that the teachings will take place. It is here that people will come for short periods of time or longer periods of time to learn the wisdom of the land, the ultimate curriculum of the University of the Wild. Just to the north of where I'm sitting is the Nipmunk Cultural and Education Center. This is a center where the Nipmunks will come, particularly their elders will come to teach the wisdom of the Algonquian tribe. This is where we will start to implement the principles of the vision of the University of the Wild. This will be replicated around the world. There will be other centers that people will be able to come to learn these same teachings that will be set in the book called The University of the Wild. So folks, here we are at this amazing site called the Green Door Writer's Hut. If you read any book on writers, you know you must get out of your normal routine in order to write. I have been gifted this recreational vehicle that is a home, and I will be here 3 to 5 days a week, working probably 8 to 12 hours a day on my writing. It'll be here that I will be able to prepare the manuscript of this book called The University of the Wild, The Vision, the Practice, and the Promise. Great, so here we are again along the waters of the Swift River, the east branch of the Swift River. And our story has been told. It's been told in the forests, in the land, in the rocks. We are here to invite you to join in our journey in this beautiful story about the University of the Wild. I commit to taking all the wisdom that has come to me and through me to share within this book so that we all may live lightly on the planet, so we may live, learn, and act in connection and harmony with the earth and all life. Come to our land, to come and to receive the teachings, but just to be here and reflect on your own space and time. And we are in ceremonial time when the past, the present, and the future are integrated as one. I give great gratitude and appreciation for all those who have helped me on my journey, and now it is my turn to put my teachings out to you. I know that what my children's children never knew, they will never know. We are going to share that story. That's part of the essence, I say. So a donation or a purchasing the book, however a person wants to justify it, this is what they get. They will get a first print copy signed by me. If you look on the crowdfunding, you will see certain other perks that you get. If you give $100, you can actually get a mug or a baseball cap. And if you give over $200, you can actually stay a weekend at one of our tiny homes at the University of the Wilds. There's something for everybody. At the very minimum, you all will become friends of the University of Wild, which is the support group of making this work happen.